What is going on today, nerds? This is Jessup, and I'm coming back at you with another Risk of Rain 2 video. In this video, I'm going to prepare you for Monsoon difficulty. For those of you who play on Drizzle, and even those who play on Rainstorm, you too can play on Monsoon. All it takes is a little bit of big brain noodle power, little luck, and praying to the RNG gods. So without further ado, let's get started. Roll clips. Monsoon allows for roughly 7 minutes in between each difficulty stage, with ha 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 being the last level of difficulty. So because Monsoon ramps up so fast, plus every time you go through the teleporter, it skips a small chunk of the difficulty, for the first 2 stages, you want to make sure everyone in your party has at least 2 items. If you have 4 people who know what they're doing, you could go ahead and try and take on the boss without any items for the first stage. However, you may be cutting it a little close, and one of you may die. So, I highly recommend getting at least 1 to 2 items before you fight the first boss. Once you move to the second boss, again, highly recommend collecting 1 to 2 items. Every level sequentially after the second one, you're going to want to rush towards the boss before collecting anything, down it, collect all the gold, collect all the items in the immediate vicinity that you can find within 45-50 seconds, and then head back to the teleporter to the next stage, rinse and repeat. Find the boss, collect the gold, find the nearest located items, then progress. The worst thing you can do while playing Monsoon is dilly-dally, waste time, or not learning how to share items for better builds. The better everyone on your team is optimized, the further you can progress. Learning to min-max correctly is a very difficult task. You need to balance item usefulness on a character versus time to receive item. Because you're fighting the clock the entire time, you need to decide if running across the map to grab 1 item is worth it. You need to base your items off a priority list, which will be shown on the screen now. Even if an item is low on the priority list, if you're missing it, it's better to have at least 1 or 2 of an item instead of foregoing it completely. The first on your priority list should be Health, Infusion, and Titanic Neural. These, as far as I'm aware, are the only 2 items that give you raw health, not shields, health. The reason why you need health is once you reach later stages, which is what this build is going for, there comes a point where your healing can't sustain you enough to survive. You need health. You can't heal a one-shot if you don't have enough health. It doesn't matter if you're healing 5,000, 2,000, or a million health a second if they do more than what your health bar is worth. So you need to stack health. That is your number 1 priority. The second on your priority list should be healing. Depending on what character and what build you're going for, you want to aim for specific items. The engineer would like to go bustling funguses, whereas the commando would like to go harvester scythe, leeching seeds. Another underrated healing item would be the medkit. Obviously you don't want to use a printer for this, but the more you collect naturally, the easier time you'll have in the later stages, because every punch will be reduced by a heal immediately after that. If it goes over your max health pool, you're not going to be able to do anything, but it gives you that 1 to 2 second breathing room after being hit. The third priority on the list will be damage. The best way to handle damage is to ensure that everyone grabs their core items, such as backup magazines for Mercenary or attack speed syringes for Multi, and any secondary items that drop, the person who it drops for should grab them, unless they already have a few of that item and someone else on their team doesn't. That way you ensure the maximum spread of DPS. The fourth on your priority list should be CC, and the last priority will be movement speed. The last 2 are pretty low on the priority list. If you don't have it, go ahead and grab it. However, if you do have some, don't stack ludicrous amounts. And that's pretty much all there is to it to Monsoon. Of course, there are a few more min-maxing things you could do here and there, using shrines to your advantage, or visiting the lunar shop, but for a normal Monsoon run, I would simply practice prioritizing certain items over others. The faster you can decide whether an item is worth calling out, the less time you waste, and the faster you can move in between stages. Alright guys, this is my short Monsoon guide. If you enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to be alerted of all my new videos. Peace.